now, you have to see what we are cooking in our kitchen. And we have Bessie and Laura from Laps Grocery and Grill. It's great to have you guys on the show. Haven't had you before. You guys have only been around about 6 months.
We have. It's been a short while, but we've had a good run, and we're learning a bunch. And we just thought we'd bring some recipes that would be good for the holidays that are quick and easy.
That sounds good. Well, we're very happy to have you. What are we going to make first?
We're going to make oysters a la roux. It's traditionally a Russian recipe, but we made it have a little bit of a French flair, and it's
something good for the holidays, something good, a good appetizer, something that's going to just, impress your guests, wow your guests when they get there.
And as with any good holiday, you have to have a little bit of vodka or liquor.
Okay.
For the family and friends.
If you say so.
Yeah, I know, twist your arm. So it's 2 tablespoons of vodka.
Okay.
And it is half a teaspoon of lemon juice. And I'm sorry, I am cheating by looking behind the bowl.
That's okay. We all use recipes.
If you don't do the right measurements, then you are off. And it's 1/4 a teaspoon of horseradish.
Okay. And by the way, this recipe, you can get it yourself because the ladies have been nice enough to give it to us. And we posted it on Studio 10 page on fox10tv.com. So what's next?
1/4 a teaspoon of Louisiana hot sauce.
Okay, adding some spice in our lives.
Just a bit. 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
1/8 of a teaspoon of sugar.
All right.
And then we dump in 1/2 cup of green onions.
All right.
And
smelling good.
And I just lied. It was 1/4 cup of green onions. I'm just a little bit nervous. And
That's
1/2
okay.
cup of tomatoes, finely chopped. And it's just a different recipe than what you'll usually see your Rockefeller and things like that. This is something that's served cold that you can prepare ahead of time, and it's really easy to do.
Okay.
And obviously you can come get it at Laps, and it's my favorite. I've never enjoyed oysters before this time, and I can't get enough of it.
So we're just going to mix all of this around, and while you do that, we want to tell everybody about Laps. Local, family-owned, and it's so much rolled into one. A restaurant and bar, seafood market, grocery and convenience store, a bait shop. You guys even have alligators.
We do. We have rescued alligators. Alligator Alley has been so gracious to help us maintain it, supply the alligators, and make sure that we're following and doing our due diligence. So we've really enjoyed having them, and it's been a unique experience because you see the alligators in the causeway all the time, and having them so close has been a very unique experience.
You never think part of your job description is going to be clean up after alligators.
Taking care of them. So when we go to Laps, we can actually go and see the alligators firsthand and get pretty close to them.
Absolutely. Very close.
That is really neat. Of course, all the great views. It's right there on Battleship Parkway, and there's a picture of Laps. Remember the building being built, passing it on the Bayway. Couldn't wait for you guys to get open. Finally, you guys are open. You're open 7 days a week.
Yes, we are open 7 days a week, and we have brunch every Saturday and Sunday as early as 6 a.m. And this is our quick and easy oyster a la roux, which, like I said, you can prepare ahead of time, and it's something we enjoy, and we're really excited to have Cullen Duke, who is out of Dolphin Island. He's an oyster farmer, and he supplies all of our oysters. So, it's important as if any holiday season to shop local, and we do so in our own way.
And through the power of television, we made it look like you just whipped that up really, really, really fast. So all you did, basically, you take your raw oysters and then you put the topping that you mix together on top of them, put them on ice, and voila.
Really, it's that simple, and it's, with everything being so hectic this time of year, it's really nice to have something that you can just wrap up, put in the fridge, and grab when you're heading out the door.
Yeah,
So.
perfect appetizer. And when we come back, what are we going to be making?
We're going to be making bread pudding, and we're going to make a Bloody Mary that would be paired well with the oyster a la roux, and a moonshine drink that would be paired well with bread pudding.
Okay, so stick around for that. You don't want to miss it.
All right, we're having some fun here in the kitchen with Bessie and Laura from Laps Grocery and Grill. And speaking of fun, we're trying to kick it up a notch with some cocktails here, guys. What are we going to be working on?
We've got a couple different cocktails that we're going to do. The holidays can be a little stressful sometimes, so
Sure.
you need to ease into your day every once in a while. The first thing that we're going to do is our famous Black and Bloody Mary.
Okay.
We are a local company, so we like to think local, buy local, drink local. We do use Whiskey Willie's, which is an Orange Beach product.
Very
it's
neat.
a great Bloody Mary mix. It kind of, in my world, puts the rest of them under. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to take the glass, and we are going to take a lemon, wind it around the glass so it gets a little wet, and then we're
Okay.
going to take it and we're going to dip the glass into Paul Prudhomme's Black and Redfish Magic. It's
Wow.
a Cajun seasoning. It is phenomenal. Again, that's another Gulf Coast, Louisiana, great asset to a cocktail.
Very neat.
Then we're going to put a good healthy dose of ice in the glass.
Sure.
As I make a big mess.
Oh, that's all right.
Then we're going to add about 2 ounces of Absolute or any really great vodka. You want to pair good vodka with a great Bloody Mary mix, and that's a wonderful vodka. Then we're going to fill this pretty generously with the Whiskey Willie's. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 garnishes. One garnish we're going to add is our wonderful shrimp that we have available in our fresh market. They're great. You can get them all year long.
Now, you said your fresh market. Tell us a little bit more about that fresh seafood market that y'all have.
It's open 7 days a week, and we have everything from Gulf Coast local favorites to non-native items that, you know, we all want. And I guess you think of seafood as primarily a summer dish, but, you know, when it's cold outside, not that it is currently, but there's nothing better than gumbo or barbecue shrimp and all of those goodness.
Seafood is good to me year-round. So is this it then?
This is going to be your finished product. The shrimp adds a great touch to your guests that are coming over. It's given a little bit of everything, you know, a great way to start your evening.
All right, so Cheris has a fake margarita. I'm going to try this real Bloody Mary here on the show. And what are we doing next?
The next thing we're going to do is, in the restaurant we actually call it Strawberry Sunset, but
Very good.
Thank you. We actually have named it Mama's Moonshine.
Okay.
Moonshine is a local Southern tradition. Just in the last few recent years, they've made it legal in the state of Alabama to purchase legally. So that's a great thing. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with a couple halved strawberries. We're going to take, it's about a teaspoon of sugar, and we're going to put it right over the top of the strawberries.
And you can use Splenda if you're counting calories and it still tastes.
Okay.
But it's the holiday, so we're going to just look past that.
Right, definitely. That's a
And then
good
we're going to
idea.
put 2 lemon wedges right here on the top. And then what we're going to do is we're going to mush this all together. In the bartender world, it's called muddling, but I'm just using a regular fork. And you're kind of looking just to really get all the juices, and you can start to really smell it. And it gets this great aroma, and it really just smells like a fresh strawberry. Strawberry jelly is what it really smells like. Then we're going to take 2 ounces of Junior Johnson's strawberry infused moonshine. It is 100 proof.
Okay.
So this is definitely one of those days where too many of these can sneak up on you quickly. We're going to top it with ice, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take just a little dash of sweet tea and pour it over the top, just to kind of cut everything down to, you know, take the tiny little edge off of the moonshine. And then the best thing that you can do is just kind of shake it back and forth to make sure that you've distributed the sugar evenly. Bessie's grabbing me some ice right now.
I was looking for Michael White. I figured I tried the Bloody Mary. I'd let him try the moonshine. I don't see him over there.
The great thing about this recipe, though, is that you can actually make pitchers of this. If you just triple it up, you can put it in a pitcher, pour it over ice. The wonderful thing about that is that, you know, that's something you can sit on the table. It has a great presentation. It really just sets up nice, and people are going to kind of be like, whoa, that's amazing stuff, but it's actually a pretty stout drink.
And speaking of these drinks, you guys have a new cocktail menu as well.
Definitely. It's 18 new cocktails that were handcrafted by our staff in our store, in our restaurant. We did a lot of tasting, so it was a lot of good times there. But we have it all available, and so we're really excited. And this definitely is on our menu. It is called a Strawberry Sunset on our menu, but Mama's Moonshine is what we actually refer to it as.
Very cool. All right, so we've done this, and we're going to come back and make some bread pudding in a little while. I'm going to go make a personal delivery here. Thanks a lot, ladies.
No problem.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Studio 10. It's nice to have you with us. We are in the kitchen with Laura and Bessie from Lap's Grocery and Grill. Made a lot of things. We had some oysters, we had some cocktails, and now we're finishing things off with some dessert.
Well, to continue the theme, just to make things easy, we made a quick and easy appetizer, Bloody Mary, and our Moonshine Mama, and this is a quick and easy bread pudding that we serve and sell very well at Laps, so we thought we'd share how to make it with you.
Okay.
And the ingredients, first you need to cut bread into small squares.
Okay.
We'll need 1.5 pounds, and this will serve 12, but if you double it, you can obviously serve more. And whip eggs until they are foamy.
Okay, and you have eggs in here.
Yes.
All right. So you have your eggs. What else do we need in there?
All ready to rock and roll. And then we will dump in 5 cups of milk,
Okay.
7.5 cups of eggs,
Okay.
which are whipped in there, 3.5 cups of sugar,
All right.
2.5 tablespoons of vanilla,
All right.
and 2.5 tablespoons of cinnamon.
And my producer's telling me we only have a few seconds, so I know I don't want to rush you guys.
No,
I know we
no,
all have
no.
this
Well,
recipe.
you know what? It's going to be online, so.
And we're going to mix
Whip
all
up.
this together, and the recipe is online, fox10tv.com, on our Studio 10 page. When we come back, we'll show you what it looks like when it's all finished and pretty.